Welcome everybody, thanks for watching. Today we're talking about the Social Security and what the hell's really going on in this country. Now I want you guys to know something before we begin. This is your boy Hazel at Inner Temple. You can come to my videos anytime, ask me any questions, and I might try to make a video on it. I don't have a problem with that, as long as the question makes some sense. So, now you're realizing that this is not just about race, this is about something far bigger, but everything ties into everything else. That's why I use the pharaoh as a symbol of knowledge. Now why? Because we must understand most of all the information that we're getting out here today, all the electronics, everything you have comes from Kemet and further beyond. There are way more other places that were created during that time or beyond that time. I will be making videos about that soon. Now, the Social Security. Now, people don't understand what's going on. Long time ago, before most of the 1950s and things like that, people didn't need the Social Security number. No one had one. Okay, everybody was See, because there's more to this than meets the eye. You see, the Social Security was used as a means or a tool in order to own the citizens of this so-called country, which is actually a corporation. The United States government is an actual corporation. It's working its way to put people enslaved through debt. Let me explain. What you must understand is that they used a system to overwrite sovereignty. They didn't want an ancient bloodline to show up and start claiming sovereignty over the land, over its people, because the particular corporation or system that's in play right now had a goal and plan for the people and citizens of this country. So what they put in place was this so-called these bankers. They put in place a so-called system called the Federal Reserve. Now, what you have to understand is that they didn't want sovereignty because they knew that these so-called I believe monarchs, these kings and queens and things of this nature, they would overrule. So they didn't want these kings to come back. So they started removing certain things, and I'm going to explain that right now. But before I get into what they tried to remove, you must understand they tried to remove the kings and queens. So I'm going to explain what they did right after that. But before I get into that, let me explain this. Let me really get into this. This is your so-called Social Security. If you got your numbers up here, this number has been established for this particular person. Now, what you must understand is the one that's signed down, the one that's in the signed format, that is you, the person. Now, I want you to really look carefully. There you see your name also in print. This one is not signed, and it's all in capital letters. This is called your corporation name. What you must understand is that there is a shadow version of yourself tailing you everywhere you go. This version of you is called the corporation. So if your name is John Doe, you have a corporation shadow face called John Doe, which means you're a subservient slave to this system for when the time comes. You guys are not studying your information carefully, and you're getting fucked up, so I have to show up and at least give y'all something to run with so y'all can start understanding what the hell is going on. Everybody in this country is actually a corporation. We owe the government money. Let me explain. You're really not human. None of y'all are. Y'all never have been ever since we got these so-called social securities. They want you to become a slave to this system. Very soon they're going to start coming out giving y'all the real information is already on YouTube. That's what's crazy, and nobody's really searching up nothing, so I got to say something. Now, everybody out here is thinking that, you know, old good Abraham Lincoln did something for the slaves. First of all, let me correct you. This is the first Africanus president, Abraham Lincoln. This is what he looks like. He's a so-called Negro. It's why your penny is copper colored. He's a copper colored human. African people are copper colored, majority of them, not black. They called you Negroes and niggers and things of this nature to try to eat away at your head so you can start thinking that you're all this and that. You're copper colored people. You're the original people of the earth. I need you to really understand this. He does not look like this. Okay? There's been way too many hints. Obama does not give a fuck about black people. He does not give a fuck. He is a figurehead. He is a ploy. He's not even a real person. Look, John F. Kennedy, he figured out about these so-called IV notes, I believe they were called. But for argument's sake, let's just call them IV notes for now. And I believe Abraham Lincoln did too. And when they tried to figure this whole thing out and tried to stop having the government owe money, they got killed. They were killed. Because the Federal Reserve doesn't want anybody fucking with the debt that's already been placed in this country. Now we owe China, we owe Russia, we owe everybody in the world. Why you think when we buy shit, it's always coming from an alternate source, another place? Japan, China, Hong Kong, all this shit made in Russia. All the best planes come from Russia. Think about it. Y'all not thinking about this. Is the Federal Reserve place. This is the office. Y'all really think Obama's in control? He's not in control. Y'all some idiots, man. This guy's a puppet, man. The Federal Reserve is the ones who will avoid anything he says if they don't feel that it goes with their standards. He don't have no real power. You ever heard of Republicans? He don't have no real power. Fuck, and y'all keep voting for this nigga. And I'm just looking at y'all like y'all really on this whole patriotical shit. Y'all don't even know half the information that's actually from this country or what the fuck really happened. They still talking to you about this whole slave shit. And I'm here to tell you, it didn't happen that way. They lied about everything. They're showing you guys these movies like 12 years, 13 or 12 years a slave, some bullshit. They showing you all these movies to instill that self-loathing, that hatred for yourself, that self-hate. They trying so hard with this patriotical shit to really get under y'all fucking skin. So y'all can go to places on YouTube called like Merkaba. You can go there. This African American gentleman talking about what's really going on. You can go to places like that on YouTube. You understand? The Federal Reserve is try to get rid of your gold and your silver and your bronze coins. They replaced it with paper. And the reason why they do this is because they don't want African kings to come back and show up and start taking care and taking place of everything that was already set in motion. The Federal Reserve System is a government or a privacy controlled organization. Yes, it is. It's not even a matter of a question. Okay? It's privately controlled organization. Okay? A lot of this stuff has to do with masonry. Alright? You know, the Masons, Freemasons, they weren't always bad. They got infiltrated a long time ago. Do you understand? Y'all not studying a damn thing. Y'all not trying to get knowledge. So what I'm going to do is put this shit in your face. Do you understand? Because this shit getting out of control, and I got to say something. They're going to kill all these black people, and they're going to do it in every district. Do you understand? Every district in America. Understand that shit. Okay? Look. This is a fascist country. Search it up. It's fascist. It's controlled by one little organization controlling the entire big ass country. Man. Okay, look. Monarchy is a type of government that is ruled by a single person. A king. Do you understand? They do not want kings to show up and start taking control. That's why they put the system in play. That's why they remove your fucking gold coins, your gold, your gold coins and your silver coins and your bronze coins, and they replaced it with paper. Something really that's worthless. It got no real value to it. Paper money. This paper money don't have no real value. America is in debt. That money don't mean shit. Your television tells lies to your vision. Television also drains your aura's energy. Okay? They're using your energy and they're using your time for this paper fucking money that you think you got money, that you think you rich. No, nigga, you in debt. This makes you rich. Gold. You understand? They removing that. They don't want you to have gold in this country. That's why they always have these signs, oh, sell your gold for coin, for paper money. You an idiot if you do that. Gold is very valuable. Paper money don't mean shit. The fucking inflation, the fucking money keeps going down in this country. It go up, then go back, all the way back down. They don't want you to have money. They want you to be a subservient slave to this system. They setting everybody up. Your jobs, your music, your fucking so-called Illuminati, your fucking all this music and all this dance groups and all this beef with rappers and all this television and all this music and all this twerking bullshit is just distractions from what the fuck is really going on. They're destroying the black man's image on these fucking media outlet sites. They're killing up people and you motherfuckers are not doing no research, so I gotta show the fuck up and bring some real shit. It's not about race. Let it go. Let it go. The reason why I talk about race is because there's certain things that cannot be avoided in conversation. You see, I'm getting pissed off right now because you motherfuckers don't think about nothing. So I gotta show up and feed y'all something so I can inspire some thinking. When you start thinking, that's when you start searching up for shit. When you start searching up for shit, you start understanding what the fuck is going on. A lot of this shit is tied to, listen to me, a lot of this shit is tied to spellbinding magic, dark forces. I'm talking about real shit over here. There's things going on in beyond the metaphysical realm that y'all cannot understand, that I be knowing about. Like serious shit. Now, here's the thing. Everybody has power in all this, but they don't know where their power lies. A lot of this stuff is tied to meditation. A lot of this stuff is tied to understanding how the human body works. A lot of this stuff is tied to spiritual shit. Now, a lot of people are on this whole religious notion about what they think is holy and this and that. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know that this is not gonna sound, it's not gonna feel good when you hear it. Every single religion that you see right now is a broken, watered down version of what came out of Kemet. When they came out of the Mayat, the 42 laws of Mayat rules, and they broke it down, they started destroying the information. I'm gonna get on that video. All your religions is a lie. All of them. They're all a lie. They got y'all running around in a circle. This is why a lot of y'all don't even feel attached to your religion, but you want to claim that you're religious. If you're religious, if you read your good book, most of that information is contradictory. They talk about loving your brother and this and that, but then they talk about stoning your brother in the next fucking sentence. Pyramid structures around the world. Of Dozier, Khufu. Look at this shit. This information down here has to do with ancient tribal knowledge, and they flipped it and reversed it when black people in the 80s and 90s and the 60s and 70s were all fucked up on these drugs. That's why they started putting cocaine in all these other places, because they were trying to fuck y'all up. They didn't want you to get to this knowledge. Okay? Shit. It's why the black woman today is all fucked up and shit. Look, the pyramids of Orion constellation, it lines up with Alpha Draconis. I don't know about that. The ancient pyramids. There's a reason. Look. There's the ancient pyramids. The black African pharaoh. Okay, Okay. All right. This is the reason why they're showing you these films of an African pharaoh being a white guy. As a white man in these stupid ass films. If y'all stupid enough to believe that, don't even watch. Just watch. Please watch my video, because y'all got some mental problems. How is a pale-skinned albino gonna live in sub-Saharan Africa? How are they gonna live in ancient Kemet? It's hotter than a motherfucker. You will die if you're not an African man in that kind of heat. You will die. He's the only human being that can take that kind of power from the sun. He's the only one. Use some sense, please. Think about the environment. Shit. Now look. Because I'm really trying hard to give you some information and spill some beans, but I'm all at the same time I'm trying to control myself, because if I tell you something, look, there's an ancient wall of writings and hieroglyphs in Africa, in Egypt, okay? And in these ancient hieroglyphs, they're showing you about the information of what's gonna happen in this time period. They're showing you what you need to do. You see, these people are trying to hide this information so bad by showing you that it's a white man with, look, there's a black man. These are black men. They're trying to run away from the information so that way you will not be curious. Because if black people start seeing that, getting a curiosity of ancient African pharaohs, they're going to feel a tie to it. They're going to want to study it. They don't want you to study it, because there they have the ancient information, talking about your chakras and how to work them, and how to figure out the spiritual world. Yes, there is a spiritual world, people. I'm trying to wake y'all the fuck up. Y'all think this is a joke. Oh, you want some religious shit? I'm not religious. Okay? But there is a spiritual, but you don't know nothing about that. They tricking y'all. Look, they don't want to show you black African pharaohs. That's why they show you these cartoons in relation to the third eye. They trying to wake your asses up, but y'all not waking up to nothing. Y'all not waking up to nothing. They keep showing you this information, but this information keeps getting blocked by the media in this country. They do not want you to feel like you have a tie to this stuff. Because if you do, you're going to start figuring out the information for yourself. They show us in a bad light in this country. They don't want you to understand nothing. And it pisses me the fuck off. Francine, I hope you see in this video. This is spread it around. Do whatever you gotta do. They don't want to show you the Moors. Okay? What you just saw there was a Moor. These are Egyptian people. All the same real people anyways. This is why they started showing you mainstream cartoons like this one. A colored man in the seat as Pharaoh. They do not want to show you these positions because there's ancient information, spiritual, metaphysical information that's tied to this shit. And I know a whole boatload. Believe me, what I'm telling you right now is nothing. Believe me. Now, I'm trying to wake you up, though. I'm trying to freaking wake your ass up. Now, check this out. They have a wall up there, right? It also teaches you the 42 laws of Ma'at. The laws that we broke and then we got shipped out. Let me tell you. Now, what you have to understand is this, is that black people, a lot of us are not searching for knowledge. And a lot of us are as well, but we don't know where to look. I'm just hoping that somebody runs into this video. Okay? Alright? Now, don't go out there protesting. Okay? This is exactly what they want from you. I'm going to start teaching you what you need to do. Start searching up information on spirituality. Real spirituality. Not no bogus bullshit. Some shit you can actually feel, touch, and smell. See, look at this king wearing a helmet. And this is what he did, the hairdo that he did in order to put on that helmet. You see, everything can be explained on the wall. Now, the wall where it has the 42 laws of Ma'at, it's teaching you the information, the rituals, and what was done within the family. Masonry has taken that and watered it down and broke it down and used it against black people this entire time. All your freaking KRS-One, that's a Mason. People, if you're watching KRS-One on YouTube, that guy's a Mason. Masonry, they're using information against you so-called black people, and not only that, they were infiltrated, so they bad now. On top of that, you must understand something. How do I say this? They even had information on what you need to do to raise up your vibration and get off the fucking planet. I'm not playing with you. Now check this out. Check this out, okay? Look. These genetically modified foods, they put things in your meat. Become vegan. Stop. I already made a video expounding on a little bit of this in another video. I think it's called The So-Called Black Identity. You should search that up. I'm making another video. I'm trying to spill some beans on here. Being vegan will help raise your vibration. Meat does not help raise your vibration. Magnetic hematite. That raises your vibration. Now, let me explain something to you. Because a lot of y'all not going to get this knowledge anyhow. Look, the government is setting the humans up to fail. The people on this planet, they're setting y'all to fail. They're setting y'all up to fail. Okay? They do not want us to be free. They want us to have to... They already set it up to the point that we owe money. Everybody in this country owes money. And what the Federal Reserve is trying to do is that they want to impose slavery upon the human race. Do you understand? They want a new world order. Do you understand? I know how this sounds. Okay? Look. I know how this shit sounds, and everything is tied into everything. The whole so-called race war that's about to end up happening, everything. Everybody trying to kill each other, all the black murders happening, all this is tied to masonry. Everything that you see going on here. A lot of y'all still wondering what the fuck Illuminati is. Are y'all really that slow? Y'all don't know who these people are? They've been in your faces this whole time. You're fucking entertainers. Shit. But you listen to their music, and these people want out of that shit. Listen, I'm trying to wake your ass up. Now you know that I know something that you don't know. The only question is, how much do I know? You would not fucking believe. I know a little too much. This might be the only video I make on this topic, because this topic is very, like, believe me, like, I know too much. I know way too much. Okay, I know way too much. Alright? I know what's popping and I know what's going on. I'm trying to wake your asses up. You go to certain places on YouTube. Go to Merkaba. Go to the 13th Sun. Go to Aquarius Sun Bay. Yeah, Aquarius Sun Bay. Go there. Yo, I'm trying to help y'all out. I'm trying to help y'all out. Y'all not gonna listen to a brother, yo, but I'm trying to help y'all out. Francine, this is for you. If you ain't seen the video, I hope you see this video. I hope you learn a little something, because you understand what I'm saying. Because they already got rid of the kings because they want to set up the people for failure. Do you understand? So you must understand what I'm trying to tell you right now. Last thing is this. Telling you right now, y'all don't understand what they put in this meat, this whole genetically modified thing with your foods. You don't understand what they doing. They fucking with your body because they got you set up to fail. They got you set up. They got you set up. This all has to do with masonry and sacrifices and a bunch of sick ass shit. Yo, listen. Go vegan. Start trying to meditate. Close your eyes and start meditating. I might put some videos up on what you need to do to meditate. You know, I'm still working this thing out. You know, I'm just making this video in hopes that somebody's gonna start thinking. I hope I open up some eyes to some people. Your Federal Reserve is setting you guys up to fail. You are a corporation to them. You're not human. You don't mean shit to these people. Okay? Your president's not gonna help you. Okay? He was never empowered to begin with. Okay? JFK and Lincoln, they all tried this whole VI notes. And because they didn't want this government to fall into shambles and debt, fall apart, and they got killed for it. So you know what their goal is. They want us to be in debt so we could become subservient slaves to this fucked up ass demonic beast like system. Alright, so I hope I helped you out. I hope you now understand a little bit more of what's going on. If you got any questions, you can hit up your boy Hazel. You know, I gave y'all a little tiny bit of information because I'm hoping that it points y'all into the right direction. I've already given you some names on YouTube that you can go search up. Hey, if y'all don't believe me, that's fine. Y'all believe me, take heed to what the fuck I'm saying. To go back to nature, people, think about it. Why in the world are we walking on concrete when we could walk on the dirt as part of the earth? Think about it. Why they setting us up like this? All this negative shit going on. Peace out. It's your boy Hazel. Oh yeah, and one last thing. Think about it. Why are they showing you all these scary movies? So you could be afraid of the spiritual world. Why do they have y'all eating all this genetically modified food? Because they want to fucking enslave you later on. Sacrifice your soul. Signed in blood, baby. I'm not playing around. Why are they killing all these black people? They setting up a sacrifice for a reason right now. Y'all falling prey to the bullshit. Why they got all this racism bullshit going on? There is no race. We're all the same. Y'all some idiots and y'all about to get fucked over and get played like stupid idiots soon. So this is your boy Hazel signing off. Peace. Hope you enjoyed the video.